Hey, welcome back for the road, everybody. I'm your host, Punk Rock, and we got some really awesome folks with us today. And I feel that it is the right thing to do to let Drifter introduce these two fine, quote unquote, young men. So
All right.
we got with
Well,
us.
today we have Jumper and Hitch of the 13 Rebels, and they will be racing for points at the Mama Tried show here coming up this weekend. So we figured we'd give them a chance to tell us about how that works and how they got into racing and what's in store for them this weekend. So I guess we'll just start it right off. So either one of you, what got you guys into racing?
So, being a Navy brat, I grew up in Guam for 4 years, and I started racing 80s at 6 years old. Raced till I was 10. I was a flat track champion at 10 years old, beating junior high kids. And because I got too cocky on my bike, my parents made me sell it. And that was the end of my racing career until I turned 49.
So this is Jumper for the guys listening. This is Jumper talking.
All right. Well, as far as it goes for me, Jumper's the one that got me racing. I never raced a day in my life till November 2018. He's like, I've been talking to this other guy about getting started, doing some dirt track racing, and he's like, I think we should do it, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. And ever since then, I've been hooked. So I've only been racing 2 years, less than 2 years now, but it's in the blood, and it's in our club's blood, so it's all running.
Hey, so I got a question about that. So one of the biggest things that your club's known for is being track gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Just being just awesome. Like, dude, you guys got Hall of Fame racers, Hall of Fame builders. What's that like for you guys? Like, what goes through your head when you're sitting on the track knowing that you have decades of legendary motorcycle builders, motorcycle racers sitting on your shoulders, sitting on your back, those brothers of yours? What's going through your mind when you're thinking about that?
Well, so Jumper. So for me getting into this, when I joined this club, and I read the history and I got into it and I got patched in, my first goal I said was to get the club back on the track again, and that was my goal. And then obviously I met Hitch, and I pulled him in too, and like I said, we're doing the AMFA races on like 3-4 times a year, and we're having a good time with it.
Tell people what that is. What races you're talking about.
So AMFA started, like Roy mentioned. Just talking in a bar conversation with someone talking about how West Coast has hooligan racing, East Coast we really didn't have that going yet, and it's like I said, just started as a bar conversation between me and a couple guys, and then about 6 months later, he called me up and said, "Hey, I found a spot. We're going to make this happen. Let's do this American Motorcycle Field Racing Association and get the bikes on the track and just get a bunch of club dudes to hang out, race, party it up in the evenings, live bands in the evenings, just have a good time and whoop it up for a weekend, and no issues amongst clubs. Everybody's just hanging out, racing, having a good time."
Well, this is Hitch. Punk rock. I hadn't really thought about it till our first win. Because that day that we raced the first race, we both got wins. But it wasn't until one of our other brothers from one of our other chapters said, as I'm pulling in after the race, he's like, "Do you realize what you've done? Do you realize you won the first race in over 40 years?" So it wasn't until then that it hit me. And so now it's crazy to think back at all the years of racing and the history and all the wins that they've gotten over the years. And now doing our first AMA race, to start getting points, it's just it's mind-boggling to think about that. We're part of that lineage that's gone back so many years of just winning and winning and winning. So, we're just getting started, and hopefully we can just start adding to that list of wins.
Hell yeah, man! And what I think is cool about that too is, like you said, there's Jumper. Your goal was to get the club back on the track, and now that you've done that, I'm speaking to somebody who, in my mind, is one of the legends of your club. And
please don't give them that big of a head.
oh no,
Oh, good Lord.
I see that
Never
head.
hear the end of it.
Oh, we gotta big it up a little bit. It's all right. So we, but I just think that stuff's important. Like just looking back to what the heritage of the club was and what it was started for and how it was founded, and then getting back to that. I think that not only is that really important in our community, like we talked about. It was like 1 or 2 shows ago. It was like getting everybody back into what it was.
Yeah.
And I think that's really rad that you guys are doing that.
So I got a question for you guys. If you went head to head with Iron Man Kretz, who would win?
Ooh.
Definitely Iron Man, I believe.
He had a builder behind. We don't.
If you didn't say that, he'd come back and haunt you. You know that, right?
Exactly.
So what is the difference between racing for points in Mama Try type show and racing out in the field like you have been? What are you doing different now because of different kinds of racing?
Well, out in the field is freaking just bragging rights, really. For everybody else that's out there and other clubs that are out there, it's bragging rights for sure. And so now for the points is just, giving it all we got, getting every point we can now get from the get-go.
And spending money we don't have on parts that we need.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
So
My
how
$1,000 bike is not $1,000 anymore.
No.
Oh. So like we keep talking about points. So how do the AMA points work?
Well, we don't have the exact rollout, but it's from last place. If you finish last place, you get a point or 2 or a point or 3, and it's the guy in the league gets, I think, like 20 or 25 points, and as it works its way down the line, it may even be higher in points. I don't know the values exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what happens after you get a certain level. I mean, we're just now really getting into it, so there's a lot we still are going to be learning, throughout this as far as how the points go and how we need to, gain more to be able to, I guess, go to different races or qualify for other races.
So what's the track going to be like, and how's that different from what you've been racing coming up?
I love the look on you guys' faces like, no, I'm not going to answer. You answer.
So we're going from a dug up field that gets packed down by a monster truck occasionally to an actual indoor forum where basically I think it's a hockey rink kind of setup. And what they're going to do is cement. So it's slick cement. So they're going to take Dr. Pepper syrup and spread it all over the floor to make it a little tacky. And then you got to take your left pegs off the bike or tape them up. And then you got to either tape your foot up or put carpet up on your feet. So you don't scuff the floor.
Wow.
So I was talking with Tex Bryant, who's a founder of the 13 Rebels. I was talking to his grandson, who is also an AMA Hall of Fame member, and I told him what you just said about how they're going to use the syrup on the floor, and you should have seen the look on his face, like, oh my God. He said, that's cheating. He said, back in the day, everybody had their own little bottle of their secret formula to make their tires sticky, and they would pour that on their tires, and you never told anybody what your secret formula was.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's going to be different. I mean, depending on how sticky it is. Totally different from the dirt. That's for darn sure.
It comes as no surprise to me that Drifter would have that information, seeing as how he and the 13 Rebels have the same established date.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was original. Yeah.
You guys got jokes.
Yeah, if you look at the photo of the founders, he's the guy on the far left.
Yeah.
The good-looking one.
Yeah.
No, next to the good-looking
one. So tell us about the bikes, guys. What have you done to your bikes?
Yeah, see. This is just so you guys are aware. This is gonna be a two-parter. Okay. He's talking about the track bikes, right, Drifter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna want to hear about what you're riding daily too. I want to hear about them street bikes that you guys are doing too.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want, we'll pull back and use the camera, and we'll show you both bikes, and then we'll tell you what we've done to each one of them.
Well, the people listening won't see it. The people listening won't see it.
Oh, they won't? Okay.
No. They're not cool enough. I'm just kidding. We love you all. Thank you for your support.
Now we lost both our listeners. Way to go. We're talking to ourselves now.
So it's all right. Hey, we just gained 2 more. Hitch and Jumper are going to start following
That's right.
us.
So when this was just rumored to be starting, we talked about it at the bar. I picked up this 2000 883 Sporty. Guy was selling it off basically to put money into another bike. Basically stripped all the stock parts off it for the most part. Put 15-inch shocks on it. Threw in a Dan Moto 2-to-1 exhaust on it. That was my beginning. And then now I've already converted it to, I found a guy parting out his Hooligan, so I bought all his Super Track 2-to-2 exhaust, chain conversion, complete shock rebuilds for the front suspension, still running the 15s, and then I've got laced 19-inch AMA tires on the bike now. So
Nice.
$1,000 is up to about $5 now.
So she's ready.
What about you, Hitch?
Well, in the spirit of bringing the Indian back to racing in our club, I wanted to do a Scout. So I bought a Scout. It was a 17 Scout 60. Modified the heck out of it. It's got new 19-inch wheels on it. Rolling stands, tracker kit, seat, pro taper handlebars. I mean, we've gone all out on this thing. But it was also to kind of, especially since we're just getting our first points, kind of a tribute to Ed Kretz. I wanted to do an Indian, and so we did that, and it's number 38. So yeah,
Nice, his old number.
That's right. So.
And now, if I believe, while you were while we were trying to figure out the audio situation before we started recording, when you were giving us the inadvertent tour of your home, you have you got the cat painted on the tank, right?
It's a sticker emblem. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I saw that and I was like, that's badass.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. That's rad. I love
Jumper
that.
did too until yesterday. He had a mishap with his tank. It developed a pinhole leak, so we had to pull that tank off yesterday and put his original back on. So he is not happy today. Let me just tell you.
I am aware of that. I when I called him on my way home today, just to make sure everything was good. He's just hello. Jumper, how's it going?
Normal. That's
Punk
normal.
rock. I'm from Suck Free, 4th of the Road. How's your day going? Gotta switch my tank out. Okay. I'm sorry you're having a bad day.
Hey, well, at least you got him to laugh because he's been really focused and tense. So at least you got him to laugh. That's cool.
There's I don't think anybody can have a bad time around Drifter. I'm gonna give that to him. It's just his aura.
I'm just a hell of a guy.
You are a hell of a guy, man.
Yeah, and I got a big hit.
So what are your guys' thoughts on this weekend? This is a pretty big weekend. We're having to travel, and this isn't like an hour or two down the road for anybody. We're going from where you guys are at down to Milwaukee, and what do you guys think?
Probably.
Yeah, we're guesstimating about 16 hours. It's a little bit of pit stops and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, when you factor in, we're usually going about an hour or so away from here to go race. Now it's 16 hours. And, not knowing what to expect yet because we've been doing practice around parking lots here, but nothing like what we're going to be on. So it's
we definitely didn't tear up a school play yard the other day in the parking lot.
No, we did not. We did not do that, and we didn't get out of there before the cops came either. So
It was the other guys, right?
yeah. It was our only place that we could try to find to run them after we got them fixed. So
those poor kids are gonna walk into school tomorrow, and there's gonna be a bunch of tire marks on their brand new basketball floor and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It happens.
We did do the parking lot. We didn't do the basketball court.
Don't worry, we'll edit that out. No, we won't.
Okay.
So for your racing, right? What are your guys' do you guys have a ritual that you guys can talk about, or something that meaningful for you?
Like a pre-race ritual.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. I'm just, I get up to the line and
And I yell over him, "Do good, don't suck."
Yeah, don't suck. That's what he always says. Don't suck.
Yeah, hey, it's
But
Wise words.
Yeah, I guess for the most part, we're just so focused on doing the actual race that I don't know. For me, I've just never thought about any type of ritual like picking my nose or running around the parking lot 100 times naked or anything like that. But it's just getting up to the line and running. Once they say go or the flag drops, we're just rolling.
So what's that feeling like right before the flag drops? Everybody's lined up, engines are screaming. What's that feel like?
For me, it goes quiet for like a few seconds, and all I know is that I'm hitting the throttle, and it's not until I'm like at the first turn that I start hearing anything. So it just goes quiet. Yeah, because it's that quick.
Yeah.
I think that's a stroke, bro.
Yeah. It's like, oh crap, I'm first in line here. Shit. Yeah. No real ritual though. I can't say that.
It really just comes to trying to rev up and just get that whole shot without popping the throttle or the clutch too hard.
Yeah. Keeping the front end down a little bit and maintaining traction, all that.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the ultimate question. What's better for racing? A small, light, nimble bike that you can throw around in the turns, or a big engine beast that you can beat everybody in the straightaways?
Sportster, lightweight, definitely not an XR 1200X. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. I agree. The Sportster 1200. This is the Indian. This is going to be the second time running it, but it feels good. But I got to tell you, there's that Harley Sportster. It really it's a nimble bike. It's a little heavy, but it's nimble.
All right, the next big question: how many bones have been broken?
Ooh.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how many sets of balls have been smashed on jumps?
Well, that would be. Let me see how many I got left. Hold on. That's two.
Well, still got two. Right on.
Yeah. A couple times, and
So, for those that don't know, Hitch took his was it the Sporty or the Indian?
It was a Sporty.
Yeah, he took his Sporty off a sweet jump and fucking landed right on his nuts. It was the funniest damn thing ever.
It wasn't.
Now it was funny. At the time, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Is that why you were walking funny when we met at that bar?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly. I was still recovering. Yeah, I did that jump. I landed in the flat, and when I did it, just the handlebars collapsed down. My helmet hit the handlebars. I rode it for another probably a few feet.
Yeah, he made it to the crowd and then fell over.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe anymore. I was hurting so bad. It was awful.
Man.
And for like days, I felt like I was exploding down there, like my balls were 100 times.
I got out of it. I broke my leg in Georgia.
Yeah.
But I had another bike, so I got on my other bike and I raced the rest of the day. And then when we woke up in the morning, my leg swelled up so bad that Roy had to drive the whole way home, and I had it up on the dash the whole time.
Yeah.
That's gangster. I'm sorry. No disrespect to you, bro, but that shit was gangster. Well, I broke my leg, so I fucking raced another bike until I couldn't fucking no more, and then I just went home.
Yeah, he did. He sure as hell did. Not only that, the last race he ran, he actually went down. The bike landed on him, and he kicked the damn bike off because nobody was coming fast enough to get it off of him.
You better hurry up for Jumper. Ain't got time for you.
He was pissed. He kicked the bike off.
It was on my broken leg.
Yeah, on his broken leg is the one he kicked off. Yeah,
Jesus.
that was hardcore for sure.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Man. So Jumper, I heard stories of you having a track in your backyard.
A very mini. It's mostly a turn.
It's just a turn, just like a perpetual. It's a donut.
I got a 1.4 acre yard, so my wife's not happy, but I tore up the yard a little bit.
So you just keep doing it. Now she can't. It's not the yard anymore. It's the track.
She doesn't mow it. I do.
Yeah. Oh, see, I can't use that. But I'm gonna write that down though. So what is that? So like, what's that like with your neighbors? Like, you're out there tearing it up like 3 a.m. practicing.
No, I don't do it too much, but occasionally when we're like testing the bikes out, we'll play with it a little bit, but just to get out there. But I can't even get in there right now. It's so muddy. As Roy knows, I was trying to pull my bike out of on the trailer the other day, and I actually sunk like 2 feet into my backyard in the clay. So Hitch had to come to the rescue with my father and pull me out. That was funny.
So a side note, Jumper's dad is well into his 70s and rides a badass chopper.
It was mine. Yeah.
See how quick he was to jump in there?
I see that. Is that why we call him Jumper?
What's that?
Is that why they call you Jumper? You're quick to jump on shit like that?
No, I used to jump out of airplanes with a boat.
What's that?
I used to jump out of airplanes with a boat.
That's true. We talked about that. Certified gangster. I am not.
Sky God.
Sky God. God, man. So what do you guys? I want to hear from Jumper first because I have not seen his daily. I've seen yours, sir, and it's primo. But
Thanks.
what do you ride as a daily rider there, Jumper?
So my daily's basically Roy's bike, but I bought it all blacked out. He actually did his, so he spent a lot of money doing that shit. Where I waited a year and I got the 2018 Bonneville Salt freaking Pearl Road Glide.
Oh, nice.
And loving it. Put 18,000 on it the first year I had it, and won the club's most miles for that year. That was my goal. I got like $100 for part of a tire out of it, but it was worth it.
Yeah, we say, hey, we're going to ride down to the corner store real quick. You want anything? He says, yeah, I'm going to go to the store too. 3 states over.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for a pack of smokes real quick. See you in 3 days, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Hitch, my man. So I noticed, first off, it looks like a fucking dealership in your garage. By the way,
He has a problem. He has a motorcycle problem
with motorcycles, sir.
Yeah.
But I've seen the Dyna, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What else you got hiding back there?
Well, I've got a Iron Horse Slammer. It's a 2002 Iron Horse Slammer. I've got an 03 Springer Softail. I've got my 2017 Road Glide. And I've got the Sport Race Bike and now the Indian. So,
Nice.
I do have a big problem. I could have a whole lot more if I had more room.
His wife helps him though. He sold the one bike, the chopper, and she brought it back for him.
Yeah.
And gave it to him.
Yeah, she sure did. She sure did. She loved me.
So whatever you do for work, are you guys hiring? Because I could use that income.
Sure. Yeah, we could use some people.
Shit. Well, I'll see you in 3 years when I get up there.
Oh, come on.
It's not Hitch that you have to worry about working for Hitch. It's his wife. She is a slave driver. She will put your ass to work.
You know what? I junior enlisted in the Navy. I'm fine. I'm used to being ran like that. Now I work for. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that just in case any of them are listening. I love my job. It's amazing. The people I work for, just primo. They're couldn't get better. So you got Mama Tried coming up, and that's for points, right?
Yeah.
What's after that?
April 24th, 25th, we'll be down at Digger's Dungeon, North Carolina, racing for the Ampro races down there. That'll be our second April.
2nd April. Yeah. Yeah, and then we've been talking about trying to get to and feeling out the other races that are coming up that we can join or get into, so that we can continue on with our points and getting some rankings hopefully down the road.
So do you guys, as the carriers of the tradition and heritage of your club, do you guys give Drifter any shit for not racing?
Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes, we do.
All the time.
They try. But hey, I just want to point out that we have other racers in other chapters as well.
We
So
do.
it's a club-wide thing.
We did.
Oh, definitely. And I'm definitely not trying to just say that, these two gentlemen are the only two in your club doing it. They're the only two sitting in front of me on a fucking podcast.
Well, the thing is with Drifter, I'm telling you, he may or may not do like 90 plus down the interstate, and I may or may not be with him and Jumper with him as well when he does that. But I think if he got on a race bike, he'd be pretty damn tough. Yeah. He loves to
Yeah,
ride
you can't
bike.
put the three of us in front of the pack because then the pack's
No.
doing at least 90.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm really looking forward to coming to Virginia again.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Hell yeah. Guys ride hard, guys drink hard, guys play hard. I'm with it. With it.
Yeah.
There it is, man. There it is.
Yeah, in total, between all of our charters, we have about, I think we had 12 racers altogether, and 10 of them are in ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Drifter's like the odd man out. Do you guys put it? We should, you know what? I'm going to see if I can make this happen. I'm going to go see if I can find a black and white tutu that he can wear to cheer you guys on from the stand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be
Do
awesome.
you really, really want to see do you really want to see that?
You know what? I've seen worse, fella. I've done worse. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have too now.
I too have been on deployment.
Yeah, but have you been to Thailand? So
No. No.
well,
and
we'll talk later.
I'm good with that. I don't need that kind of. That's evil. That's some real rough shit.
So we seem to have come a long way from racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We
That
start
is
off
what we
with
do.
the topic and then we don't stay there long because I have ADHD real bad. So, we'll start with Jumper. What has been your favorite race to run so far?
Honestly, I think the last track, the very first one, we had hay bales all along it and in the center, and they went less hay bales and stuff and went with just flags, the checker flags all around the outside and stuff. And I think that was the best, flattest track we had. I think you actually just slide around the corners a little bit, which you really can't do down at the Digger's Dungeon area, but that time we could, and it was a really good. I think the track surface was a lot better.
Yeah, and I think it rained. It rained that day. Yeah, I think it rained that day, so it made it a little slick.
Oh, speaking of hay bales, I remember whenever Hitch fell into one in a race, and that hay bale just exploded. There was fucking hay everywhere.
Yeah, that was that's when we were in Culpeper.
Yeah.
Culpeper was a good race too. Actually, that track was kind of cool.
It was good too.
Yeah.
It was just hot.
Yeah, hot
And no shade.
real dusty. It was really bad. But that track was kind of cool because it actually had a dip in it coming the third
Went
turn.
up and down.
So that was kind of cool.
It was a really hard surface though. It was good.
Yeah, it was.
And if we can, we try to look another venue, maybe look at this indoor thing and see if we can get some kind of indoor horse corral, friggin' race type of thing, because that's kind of what they're doing up in Baltimore and throughout Maryland and Delaware, I guess. They're using those kind of venues where it's hard surface, it's enclosed, or at least it's a pole barn and it's covered.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So what about your least favorite race?
We weren't even racing, but I would say that to be the one when I crashed my XR 1200X and fractured my leg and went spinning down the raceway on like a teenage mutant ninja turtle, sliding on my back all the way down the tractor, spinning.
Jesus.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
High speed wobble.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man.
I think mine was it was at Amphra. I don't know when it was. I think it was probably November.
Oh.
I was coming into a turn and some guy, just was hauling butt behind me, and all of a sudden I felt the bike kind of jerk a little bit, and I'm thinking, okay, I got hit, so I can keep going. I'm good. All of a sudden his wheel went up my back, and then the next thing I know I was down, and I had a big old bruise on the backside of my It's my
Back and stomach.
back
Yeah,
and stomach
he had a
area.
purple tire mark.
You could actually see the tire mark in my back. Yeah. That was
Damn.
great. Yeah.
Got run over.
You got run over.
So, like, what kind of protective gear are you guys wearing besides a helmet?
Then nothing.
Well, they're not wearing a cup, that's for sure.
Full leathers now.
That, and we got these pad things that we're going to put under our jersey that make us look like the Incredible Hulk. They've got pads in the elbow, the shoulders, the chest, the back. Yeah, but up till now, we haven't been running anything.
You're like, I don't know.
And it shows.
Yep.
Turn my hair
He's
straight.
like, I'm only 28 and I feel great, man. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
lightweight, man.
that's right. Exactly.
Man, this is incredible, man. I am so looking forward to seeing this all go down next week.
Yeah, so are we.
Yeah. It's not next week. It's this week.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I meant. God damn.
Yeah, you're going to end up being late. You're going to call
Damn.
us on Sunday night going, hey, was that this weekend?
Yeah.
Where's everybody at?
Yeah, we're
No,
leaving here
I'm leaving-
Thursday evening or Wednesday
Wednesday
evening to
evening.
drive out there, get out there. We actually rented a huge house and it's already reserved, so we're gonna get there, move into that for the night, and also got a hotel room near the Fiserv so we can kind of come and go. And then me and Roy are gonna go there probably that first night before the race and actually get some sleep because I know nobody's gonna get me at the house. So
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No, that house is going to be rocking.
yeah.
So,
Brothers from all over the world coming.
so Drifter, you said you were gonna text me this address to this house and you were gonna have some visitors. What?
Oh yeah.
That's a secret.
Yeah.
Level G14 classified.
Okay. G14 classified.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. I see where Love's at.
We'll blindfold you and lead you in there. But keep the blindfold on. Trust me, it'll be okay.
I don't know. We'll walk in there and be like, "Why is my belt missing?" You never know.
All right, man.
So this is, man, I'm really excited for you guys. I'm really excited to watch you guys. And to be honest, it wasn't. I think it was like last week, right, Drifter? When I got the. Well, you said I had an invite, and
Yeah, so get this.
I have an alcohol
So
problem.
Andar and I have been talking about, because Andar lives up there, and we're going to go up there for this race, and it's going to be great. And we've been talking about this left and right, with punk rock right there. And I just assume he couldn't go. This whole time he's been waiting for a special invitation.
Oh, I see.
Fuck, dude, get off your ass and get up there. So,
Yeah.
within a few days' notice, he made it happen. So good deal on him.
That's cool. I'm glad you're coming, man.
Absolutely.
The whole time that I've been talking to Andar, he said you were coming, so I didn't even think anything of it.
Oh, that would have been really shitty then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No, I was. What was that?
I said I didn't know anything about that you didn't know that you weren't coming or that you weren't invited.
Well, it sounded so like when the conversation started, it sounded more like it was
An idea.
like a club deal, right? Like the 13 Rebels were going to watch their brothers race, and that Andar and his club, like y'all were going to be doing this thing. I was like, well, okay, cool. Like I'm not going to get in the middle of that. That's if it's a club thing like that, like you should probably wait for an invitation, not just show up and be like, oh hey guys, like, and I think it was Drifter. He's like, yeah, so punk rock, like when are you guys coming up? Like where are you staying at? And I was like, I didn't know I was fucking going.
Yeah.
Hold
Well,
on.
now you do.
And then I was berated by Pops over there.
Yeah.
That never happens. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was very polite about it. He was very motherfuckerly about it.
Oh, really? That's so like
But no, I got my tickets all hooked up and we got it all figured out and ready to rock, man. I'm leaving here Thursday night. I'm gonna get off work. I'm gonna take a quick nap and I think probably around 9 or 10 I'm gonna take off out of here and head on up there from Jacksonville.
nice. You sticking around
So-
for Saturday too?
Yeah, I'm leaving. What is it? Sunday night, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm leaving sometime after the race.
Well, Yeah, because there's a lot going on after the race, obviously. But then, all of Saturday, heading to the Harley Museum more than likely with, a lot of our brothers are going to be coming with us to go there. And then, of course, there's a lot of other events that they've got scheduled, like the Mama Tried bike show there. So it's going to be a nice day.
Yeah, Thursday night we have an invite. All the racers have an invite to go over to the Harley Museum and hang out. And they're going to do the boonie bike races outside of it, I guess.
Yeah.
That should be
Excellent. Right on.
Yeah, I think, I've been telling Andar, thanks so much for kind of getting us.
He mentioned it.
He mentioned it, and then he stayed on us about it. And then when we tried to sign up for the race originally,
They were gone.
You couldn't sign up.
It was sold out in like an hour.
Yeah. So, and he stayed on us. He's like, well, I think you got openings again, so you should try it. And sure as heck, Jumper signed in, and he's like, I'm in. You need to hurry up and get signed up. So really right now, if it wasn't for Andar and pushing us, we probably wouldn't be in this race, coming up this week. So
God, don't let him know that. Lord.
I know.
I am definitely editing that part out because that boy cannot have any bigger of an ego.
Yeah.
I only get mad at him because he's right and he's rarely wrong and he knows so fucking much.
He does. He does know. He knows some stuff.
He does, man. He's a good cat. He's acceptable. He's decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, my man, Punk Rock, take us home, man.
You guys are not my type. I won't take you home, but I'll definitely end this podcast.
Oh, good.
So, hey, just big shout out, big thank you to not only the 13 Rebels Motorcycle Club for making this podcast happen with Drifter, but Drifter, thank you for introducing us to your brothers and having them on here. Hitch, Jumper, thank you so much for your time, guys. This has been a really fun podcast, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend, smashing some beers, and watching you guys smash some motherfucking competition.
That's right.
That's right.
We're gonna give it all we got. Thanks for having us do this, and Drifter, thank you for interviewing us, brother.
Yeah, thanks for
Love you, brothers.
Great guys.
Love you too.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, hey guys, so hey, for everybody else out there in Fantasyland, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us at 4 for the Road and on Sucker Free MC, and then like and share our shit. If you think we're doing okay, share it, like it, let us know. If you think we suck, share it so everybody else can see how bad we suck, and then tell us how we can suck less. We will be having this one up a little earlier than normal, so we can get up there. We can get some really good photos and hopefully some really cool interviews for you for Mama Tried and Flat Out Friday. Probably catch a few pictures with the mighty Hitch and Jumper from the 13 Rebels again. And then we'll see you motherfuckers later. Y'all have a great one.
All right.
You too. See you.